I've been consuming as much data as I can on Valve's new hardware devices and have come up with 5 facts about each one you may not have heard about. In this video series, we'll cover each device in 5 minutes or less. Stick around.
Let's go into the Monroe world.
The Steam Frame. Number 1. Flat gameplay. As someone who recently acquired a pair of XR goggles, I have learned the simple joys of playing flat non-VR games on a giant 100-foot screen in front of my eyes in total privacy. Valve has leaned heavily into the concept of Steam Frame being a personal screen for Steam, not choosing to frame it as a VR headset specifically. They really want you to know that it isn't just VR, but rather the ability to take your Steam games with you on a large private screen without the niche VR moniker. And the fact that Valve is doing everything to make sure this experience is just as good as the VR side, I think we're in for a real treat. Number 2, environmental support. Valve has made it clear all of this new hardware, along with the Steam Deck, is part of a huge Steam-based ecosystem, and they all play nicely together, and in fact have been designed specifically to do so. While the frame does have a standalone PC built in it, Valve themselves call it a streaming-first device, meaning you're expected to do some light gaming on the go, but the real meat of the machine is streaming games from another device, namely the Steam machine itself, or maybe even the Steam Deck. They constructed the frame controllers to be PC gaming friendly, along with the VR style support. And the Steam controller is designed to suit all means of play across PC, Steam machine, deck, and frame. The frame is part of the Steam ecosystem in toto, and that gives it an immediate advantage over disparate VR type devices. This is how it's done, folks. Number 3, dedicated access point. Valve has been watching from the sidelines for years now, seeing where Facebook and others have made the wrong turn with VR, namely treating the streaming option like a second-class citizen. This drove development to the minuscule specs of the onboard hardware devices like the Quest, hamstringing the gaming market. When I was ass deep in the Oculus Quest arena, I knew that the secret to any sort of worthwhile streaming experience was to create a dedicated access point. I still have the diagram I would pass to people on Reddit. Valve not only took the concept of a dedicated access point to heart, they created a dual-channel solution, meaning that you could have that dedicated access point with internet access at the same time, both totally separate from each other, ensuring the best possible streaming experience even through multiple walls of your home. A brilliant solution, and it will literally make streaming viable. Well, that in the next point. Number 4, foveated streaming. This is literally the golden chalice of VR, and it will require a full video of its own. The bottom line is game streaming is always a mixed bag because the needs of high-end gaming often exceed the internet and network cleanliness requirements of the average user, meaning that there is no such thing as a shared predictive experience. What looks and runs great for one person is a complete blurry pixelated mess for another. Streaming and gaming have almost always been an overall disappointment because of this, but along with a fully closed dedicated access point, Valve has reduced the streaming requirements 90% thanks to a trick only possible in a VR environment. Thanks to the eye tracking features built into the frame, Valve can use all sorts of technical tricks to essentially only render quality graphics exactly where you're looking and downgrading the graphical area outside your direct eye line. This is all done not by the game developer like on other VR systems, but on the fly by Valve's hardware, regardless of the game or the developer. This literally will allow a streaming-first headset to be successful, along with the dedicated streaming hardware we mentioned before. Number 5, curious decisions. Despite all the glow, there are a few interesting calls Valve made with this device. All of the friction to VR is gone. No more lighthouses, no more setup, just put it on, turn it on, and you're in. Even the powerful hibernation of the Steam Deck is here. They chose to go with black and white pass-through cameras, showing they are much more interested in VR and flat play than any sort of meaningful AR experiences, which is a good thing in my book. One of the big selling points of the lighthouses was that you could VR in total darkness, and Frame brings in built-in illuminators so you still can. Huzzah! They are using a translation layer called FEX or FEX to actually runs Steam and games on the ARM-based processor, which is basically like Proton, and they claim the success rate is already far in excess of expectations, and getting better every day. I don't like the spring-loaded AA battery choice for the controller. Ask any Beat Saber player with a Quest how bad of a design choice that is. AA's are fine, but even the Quest figured out that the springs are the devil. While there is physical IPD adjustment, thank God for small favors, there is no diopter adjustment in either hardware or software. So if you wear glasses, you're going to continue to wear them and lose FOV, wear contacts, or get inserts that match your prescription. This is easily my biggest disappointment. Finally, Valve seems very hands-off with media playback. VR headsets are a great choice for watching 3D movies or even your 2D stuff on a huge screen, but they seem to be ducking questions about media playback support, and that is probably in line with them not wanting to license or deal with codecs responsible to support that sort of thing. Can't say I blame them, but don't worry, the community will take care of that day one. There you have it, folks. 5 facts in 5 minutes. Look for the other 2 videos in this series, and if you like what we're doing, want to be on the cutting edge of info on Valve's new hardware, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and while you're down there, like and share with other like-minded enthusiasts. I'm Shane R. Monroe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time.